I took 3 stabs for my girlfriend, only for her and the assailant to post a video from our marriage bed. Watch me destroy their legacy. My girlfriend was harassed. I took the knives for her, but she married the abuser on the day we were signing the marriage license. My girlfriend was harassed by a bully on the street. I told her to run, and I took 3 stabs, a gash across my brow, a deep cut on my ankle, a stab to my back. When I was discharged from the hospital, she sent me a text message, William Hayes, regarding signing the marriage license. I want to think it over carefully. I don't want to give away my entire life just like that. Then, the assailant from that day sent me a video. My girlfriend was lying on his bed, posing provocatively and constantly begging for more. They were in the opulent master suite, their matching rings on their fingers, eye-catching. Only then did I realize that the harassment that day was just a ploy Vivian Davis had orchestrated to get rid of me. While I was hospitalized and unconscious, she had already quietly started signing the marriage license with her longtime family friend Spencer Davis, and was even pregnant with his child. The day I returned home, Vivian Davis came to me. Spencer Davis didn't mean to hurt you. Sign this settlement agreement. Unconditionally drop all charges against him, and I'll marry you. If you sign it, I'll give you $200,000 as compensation. Okay. Seeing my silence, Vivian Davis became impatient, her eyebrows furrowing. William Hayes, didn't you say you would unconditionally tolerate and love me? Why won't you even agree to this small request? My body trembled slightly, and my unhealed wounds reopened, seeping blood. That day, we had planned to go signing the marriage license. But before we even reached City Hall, several thugs approached us. The leader was Spencer Davis, and he brought his crew to surround us. I protected Vivian Davis, making sure she wasn't harmed in the slightest, and told her to run. Instead, I took 3 stabs from Spencer Davis. Each cut severed an artery and went deep into my flesh, causing me to lose so much blood that the hospital's blood supply was critically low. But Vivian Davis didn't see any of this. Her gaze wasn't even on me. Seeing that I didn't respond, she suddenly stood up and went to the balcony to make a call. A moment later, she quickly picked up her coat, forcing a smile. I have something to do, so I have to go first. You just got out of the hospital, so get some good rest. With that, she placed down a gift box. This is a commemorative gift I bought for us, custom-designed matching rings. I'm already wearing one. This other one is specially for you. I recognized them. Those were the very rings Spencer Davis and she were wearing in the video he sent me. During their intimate moments, I touched the ring. It was still warm, clearly having been taken off not long ago. Is this second hand? I asked, a wry chuckle escaping me. She had already picked up her phone, speaking sweetly as she walked to the door. Spencer Davis, are you here already? It was then that I noticed the bandage on my back was already soaked with blood. Suppressing the sharp pain, I stumbled into the bathroom to change my dressing and stop the bleeding. Soon, I heard a familiar voice from outside the door. It was Spencer Davis. Vivian, has Mr. Hayes agreed to sign the settlement agreement yet? Not yet. But don't worry, I won't let you go to jail. William Hayes loves me deeply and does everything I say. Vivian Davis' voice was softer than ever, yet tinged with a playful complaint. Didn't I just ask you to scare him a little, to ruin our signing the marriage license? Why did you injure William Hayes? Hey, that was just an accident. Whose fault is it that he didn't dodge? Vivian, if you hate Mr. Hayes so much, why didn't you just break up with him? Why did you obediently go with him to signing the marriage license that day? Vivian Davis frowned slightly. Don't talk nonsense. I was just worried that marrying him would affect my standing in the Davis family. You know, a prominent, old money family really frowns upon marrying outside our social standing. Of course, I still love William Hayes. It's just that love has to take a backseat to my career. I thought back to the 5 years we had been together. I had brought up signing the marriage license 19 times, and almost every time, she stood me up. Although Vivian Davis would try her best to make it up to me afterward, it always lingered in my mind. Today, I finally learned the truth. Vivian Davis was afraid that me, an orphan with no family connections, would hinder her progress in the Davis family. You love him, yet you are sleeping with me. Vivian, I've missed you so much. I want you now. Spencer Davis, stop it. Mr. Hayes might be upstairs. Soon, the sounds of their passionate kisses could be heard. Immediately after, Vivian Davis began heavy gasps, and through the bathroom door, I could see them getting intimate right there on the table. I pushed the door open, pretending to be oblivious, and walked over casually. Once in the living room, they hastily straightened their clothes. Vivian Davis feigned composure, buttoning a loose button, and flashed a smile. William Hayes, where did you go just now? I looked straight ahead. I went to change my bandage. She noticed the blood-soaked bandage I had removed and anxiously grabbed my hand. Your wound reopened. Do you need to go to the hospital? I'll go with you. I pulled my hand away from hers, shaking my head. No, thank you. I'm sorry, William Hayes. I didn't mean to snap at you just now. The family business is going public soon, and I've been so swamped that I didn't even have time to pick you up from the hospital. Vivian Davis quickly apologized. Spencer Davis chuckled. Mr. Hayes, what happened before was all a misunderstanding. I didn't know his crew would be so heavy-handed. I've already given them a good scolding. It won't happen again. I glanced sideways. You want there to be a next time? Vivian Davis interjected. Spencer Davis, go to the drugstore next door and get some pain medication for Mr. Hayes. Spencer Davis had no choice but to leave after hearing that. Vivian Davis then looked at me, a little displeased. Spencer Davis is my close family friend. After all, you shouldn't be so harsh on him. What happened that day? He was just joking around with us. He didn't really mean to hurt you. Suppressing the immense pain in my body, a certain resolve solidified within me, and I nodded slightly. Yes, I understand. Vivian Davis finally relaxed. Seeing that I didn't look well, she softened her tone. William Hayes, tomorrow is our 5-year anniversary. Do you remember, when we first got together, didn't we make a 5-year pact? To travel the world together, see snow in Switzerland, waterfalls in South America, climb the Himalayas. Once this busy period is over, I'll drop all my work and go with you, okay? My gaze fell on the pink mark on her neck. I could already imagine the frenzy they had just shared, and I nodded calmly. Okay. Vivian Davis smiled brightly. That's my good boy. William Hayes, I love you. Oh, right. I'm working with the Bai family recently, so Spencer Davis might be staying with us for a few days. You mustn't bully him. With that, she walked out on her own. Watching her retreating back, I took out my phone and deleted our 5-year pact from his digital calendar. Then I dialed a number I hadn't called in years. Dad, Mom, I agree to return to the Sterling Elite and participate in a pre-arranged family alliance. You were right. Love that involves marrying outside our social standing can't hold anything together. My parents, far away in the capital, cried tears of joy, saying that after 5 years of running away, I had finally grown up. They promised to send a car to pick me up immediately, and it would arrive the next day. That evening, the police came to my house to take my statement. They asked if I had seen Spencer Davis, and his crew stabbed me. I nodded in affirmation. Not long after, the room door was kicked open by an enraged Vivian Davis. Didn't you promise me you wouldn't pursue the matter with Spencer Davis? Why did you tell the police all this? Don't you know my collaboration with the Bai family is imminent? Why are you causing trouble for me at a time like this? Behind her was the instigator himself, Spencer Davis, his eyes red as he spoke. Vivian, don't be angry. I understand Mr. Hayes is upset with me. After all, no one would feel good after something like this. That day, he was clearly the one who stabbed me with a knife 3 times. Each strike meant to kill, yet, in his words, he became an unknowing third party, pushing all the blame onto his crew. But Mr. Hayes, you shouldn't ruin Vivian's career for your own selfish reasons. Mr. Hayes, how about this? I'll kneel before you. I beg you to forgive me. Don't drag Vivian into this anymore. With that, he knelt down. I remained indifferent, silently appreciating his performance. It was a poorly staged act, but if the audience chose to be selectively blind, any performance would be believed. Seeing this, her heart ached for him. William Hayes, you shouldn't be so petty. Tell Spencer Davis to get up. Seeing that I remained steadfast, Vivian Davis, fuming with rage, pulled Spencer Davis up and slapped me across the face. A sudden stinging pain flared across my pale face. William Hayes, Spencer Davis can't go to jail right now. How about this? You tell the police that you were jealous of Spencer Davis and fabricated lies to frame him. Vivian Davis was burning with anxiety. I stared straight ahead. If I give false testimony, I'll also go to jail. Vivian Davis' gaze paused, her eyes glistened, and a moment later, she tightly clasped my hand. I'll hire the best lawyer to defend you. Even if you really go to jail, it would only be for a few months. But Spencer Davis, he's spoiled. He can't endure hardship. He wouldn't even be able to handle a few days in detention. I pulled my hand free from hers. You decide. Vivian Davis froze. In that moment, she suddenly felt very distant from the man who had loved her for 5 years, even though he was right in front of her. He was right there, within reach. She suddenly lowered her eyelashes, reaching out with delicate fingers to touch my cheek. I'm sorry, William Hayes. I thought you'd dodge. Does your face still hurt? Vivian, I'm hungry. Can you make me some toast? Spencer Davis suddenly whined from behind her. Vivian Davis' fingers froze midair. William Hayes, let's take the medicine first, okay? Take these painkillers and get some good rest. With that, she hastily stood up and walked out, holding Spencer Davis' hand. I dumped all the pills she had handed me into the trash can. Filthy. Soon, the sounds of their heavy breathing came from the living room. Are you sure William Hayes is asleep? He won't hear us, will he? It was Vivian Davis' voice. Don't worry. The painkillers I bought for him contain strong sedatives. He'll fall asleep within a minute of taking them, and won't wake up for at least 3 hours. Spencer Davis sneered. I scoffed aloud, knowing I had done the right thing. Otherwise, how could I have heard such wonderful conversation? Then I'm relieved. Spencer Davis, let's set our wedding for tonight. When William Hayes falls asleep later, we'll secretly get married here at home. Vivian Davis shamelessly reveled in Spencer Davis' ministrations, pressing herself against his chest. Sorry, I can't openly give you a proper title. Spencer Davis, too, was running his hands over her, doing things Vivian Davis never allowed me to do. What does it matter? We've already been signing the marriage license, and you are pregnant with my child. We are already husband and wife in all but name. Vivian, in my heart, you've long been my wife. Vivian Davis looked blissful, breathing heavily. Don't worry, everything William Hayes has, you will have too, except when he's around. You can't do anything to me, but any other time, whatever you want from me, it's yours. I love you, Spencer Davis. For some reason, hearing those 3 words, I love you, my stomach inexplicably lurched, and I fell directly from the bed, throwing up violently. The sensation was like having an endoscopy, my stomach and intestines convulsing endlessly. The commotion startled Vivian Davis and Spencer Davis, who rushed to my room. Seeing them, I vomited even more violently. What's wrong? William Hayes, what's happening to you? You are throwing up like this. Didn't you just take your medicine? Vivian Davis was startled. Perhaps the dosage was too high, and his stomach couldn't handle it. Spencer Davis said, looking awkward, how did you buy medicine for Mr. Hayes? Vivian Davis glared at Spencer Davis. I waved my hand. It's fine, I'm much better now. All right, let's go eat then. Were you just asleep? While feigning concern, Vivian Davis didn't forget to probe. I pretended to be nonchalant. Yes, I fell asleep as soon as I swallowed the medicine. Why? Nothing. I'll get you some toast. Vivian Davis secretly sighed in relief, a radiant smile on her face. Just then, the doorbell rang. It was Mr. Davis and Mrs. Davis. Dad, Mom, I said, standing up to greet them, but they swept me with disgusted looks. Don't call us that. We are not your dad or mom. Why are you still living here? Vivian, didn't you promise us you'd follow the family's arrangements and bring Spencer Davis over? Why are you still letting this poor boy stay here? After they finished speaking, they threw my luggage out, muttering curses. Vivian Davis slammed her chopsticks down, displeased. Dad, Mom, I've told you many times, William Hayes would give his life for me. I won't marry anyone but him. Can you two please stop making a scene? She pulled Mr. Davis and Mrs. Davis outside, spoke to them at length, and then returned. Seeing that I had finished eating, she specially handed me a dose of medicine. William Hayes, this is medicine prescribed by the best local doctor. It's guaranteed to have no side effects. Will you take it and get some rest? She looked directly at me, her gaze holding a hint of coercion. I obediently took the medicine, drank some water, and swallowed it in one gulp. Vivian Davis then broke into a radiant smile again. I'll accompany you to your room to rest. Seeing me asleep, she finally left with peace of mind. Actually, I had hidden the medicine under my tongue, and hadn't swallowed it. As soon as she left, I spat it out, Just then, I noticed that the living room was already adorned with large, red festive wedding decorations. William Hayes is asleep. The medication will last for 6 hours. Spencer Davis. These 6 hours are our own private wedding world. Vivian Davis, dressed in a wedding gown, looked stunningly beautiful. Spencer Davis was also in a suit, embracing Vivian Davis and planting a loving kiss on her chest. Mr. Davis and Mrs. Davis were also beaming with joy. We rushed here from the Davis family, just to host the wedding for you. The bride and groom. Spencer Davis, you come from a distinguished family. You and our Vivian are a match made in heaven. Don't worry, William Hayes is just a shadow groom Vivian keeps. You are the legitimate son-in-law of our Davis family. Spencer Davis leaned his face close to Vivian Davis' abdomen and smiled. I hear our baby talking. He says Mom only loves Dad. Isn't that right, Vivian? Vivian Davis was equally immersed in boundless joy. Of course, baby, my heart is too small. It only has room for one person. And that's you, Dad. Listening to these so-called sweet nothings from beyond the door, I felt as though countless steel nails were welded to my bones. The agony throughout my body was so intense I was nearly passing out. I unwrapped my bandage to find the wound had already reopened. A bloody mess. Just then, as the clock struck midnight, the long-awaited call finally came. Young master, we are here to take you home. The Hayes family's custom-plated limousine was parked downstairs. Suppressing the excruciating pain, I carefully walked out of the room, deliberately avoiding them, and took a different staircase down to the mansion's ground floor. When the butler, dressed in a tuxedo, saw me, he was shocked and furious. Young master, after all these years, how have you ended up like this? Who dared to lay a hand on the eldest young master of the Hayes family? I shook my head, struggling to get into the car. His face was impassive. Drive. Get us out of here. Now, inside. Just as the couple's wedding was halfway through, Vivian Davis suddenly seemed to sense something. Casting an abrupt glance towards William Hayes' direction, why does it feel like something important has vanished into thin air? She instinctively wanted to stop the wedding and go upstairs to check on William Hayes. But Spencer Davis interrupted her thoughts. What's wrong, Vivian? My bride. We haven't exchanged rings yet, Mr. Davis and Mrs. Davis also quickly urged. Yes, it wouldn't be good if we missed the auspicious moment. It's fine. Let's continue. Vivian Davis paused. But ultimately, logic triumphed over emotion, and she did not go upstairs. But just then, someone knocked on the door. Upon opening it, they found it was the police. Mr. Spencer Davis, you are suspected of aggravated assault. Please come with us now. Everyone froze instantly. Mr. Davis and Mrs. Davis became angry. William Hayes must have reported him. I told you, someone from his humble background simply can't be trusted. Daughter, your 5 years of youth have been thrown away. Just because he got a little hurt for you, he thinks the Davis family owes him something. Vivian Davis was furious and humiliated. William Hayes, get down here now, otherwise, I'll really let you go to jail. With that, she stomped furiously to his room, her high heels clicking. She pulled back the covers, only to find the bed empty. Vivian Davis' expression changed. He's not here. He took the medicine. It was then that she saw the pills William Hayes had spit out onto the floor, along with the shocking blooded footprints. This made Vivian Davis, who had been enraged, panic now, her face ashen. Did William Hayes never take the medicine from the start? So he heard everything, Spencer Davis and I said. Just as she was about to go downstairs to look for him, Spencer Davis suddenly ran over and desperately clung to Vivian Davis' leg. Vivian, save me. Save me. The police officers walked over with serious expressions. Mr. Davis, the evidence is irrefutable. You shouldn't resist. Officers, Spencer Davis is the son-in-law of our Davis family. He's a good boy. You can't just believe William Hayes' one-sided story. Mr. Davis and Mrs. Davis still tried to argue. The officer stated righteously, we found relevant surveillance footage. It shows that the 3 stab wounds on the victim, William Hayes, were all inflicted by Spencer Davis, and they were all vital injuries. Furthermore, you instigated your accomplices to break Mr. Hayes' ribs. Upon hearing this, Vivian Davis' face instantly changed dramatically. 3 stabs. Spencer Davis, didn't you tell me they were just minor scratches? Spencer Davis stammered. Vivian, I loved you too much. I wanted to resolve things once and for all, and make sure that guy stopped bothering you. Animal. Vivian Davis raised her hand and slapped him, then kicked him down, her eyes bloodshot. When I first approached you, I only wanted to put William Hayes to the test, to scare him a bit and make him drop the idea of signing the marriage license with me. I never told you to hurt him. How dare you? Spencer Davis had never been treated this way by Vivian Davis. Stunned, he saw stars from the blow. Vivian, he's just a desperate puppy of yours, only with you for your money. How could you hit me for him? Vivian Davis grabbed his collar, seething with uncontrollable rage. I've spoiled you too much, letting you forget you don't know your place. Remember this, you and I can signing the marriage license. We can get married in secret, but to the outside world, my husband in the light can only be William Hayes. You can never replace him. At this point, the police officer hesitated for a moment before speaking. Miss Davis, during our investigation, we also discovered that Mr. Spencer Davis is suspected of having invaded your privacy. With that, the officer handed Vivian Davis the video Spencer Davis had privately sent to William Hayes. The video showed Vivian Davis and Spencer Davis in an intimate scene in the opulent master suite. Instantly, Vivian Davis' foot slipped, and the back of her head slammed against the wall, causing her vision to go black. She could imagine William Hayes, who had taken 3 stabs from Spencer Davis and barely survived in the hospital. How utterly devastated he must have been to receive such a generous gift, while still recovering from his severe injuries. Take him away, I have no objections. Her face was stone cold, each word enunciated clearly. Spencer Davis was greatly startled, his whole body trembling with agitation. Vivian, you wouldn't do this to me. I did all of this for you. Besides, you are pregnant with our child. Mr. Davis and Mrs. Davis also looked worried. Vivian, you can't let the child be born without a dad. How can you send Spencer Davis to jail for that poor excuse of a man, William Hayes? Before they could finish, Vivian Davis abruptly lifted her eyelids and glared intensely at her parents. William Hayes took 3 stabs for me. He almost died. Would either of you take 3 stabs for me? Mr. Davis and Mrs. Davis were instantly speechless. Vivian Davis then walked over to Spencer Davis, scoffing disdainfully. Spencer Davis, I'm afraid it's my child, not ours. This child was conceived before I ever slept with you. He's William Hayes. This barrage of words instantly drained the color from Spencer Davis' face, his lips turning white. Vivian, didn't you say you loved me? Vivian Davis' eyes slowly turned bloodshot, and she clenched her teeth so hard they might shatter. Love you. Being with you was just a means for me to climb the ladder in the Davis family. I had intended to keep it from William Hayes. Then, after using the By family, rise to the top and dump you. Who knew you dare to lay a hand on William Hayes? She did have a selfish motive, worried that signing the marriage license with William Hayes would affect her future. That's why she secretly got involved with Spencer Davis. But that day, William Hayes, in his unwavering determination to protect her, charged ahead, giving Vivian Davis' wavering heart a true home. William Hayes was her husband, her only one, forever. With that, disregarding Mr. and Mrs. Davis' objections, she rushed outside via another staircase. She found a trail of bloodstains left by William Hayes. Vivian Davis finally became frightened, pleading with the police in a trembling voice. Officers, please help me find out where William Hayes is. He's gone. He just suddenly vanished. He's bleeding. He has knife wounds. Her words became jumbled. The officer frowned. According to our tracking data, Mr. Hayes has likely already left the area. He's gone. Vivian Davis was instantly dumbfounded. She dialed his number, but it showed as disconnected. Then she discovered that William Hayes had deactivated all his contact information. Vivian Davis then tried to ask the police for his contact information, but she was refused because she wasn't a family member. Vivian Davis' eyes welled up instantly. Indeed, after several years together, she hadn't even given him a proper title. 19 times she was asked to signing the marriage license. 19 times she hesitated. 19 times she refused. 19 times she caused pain. It wasn't that he didn't care, it was just that she had been draining his emotional reserves every single time. Just then, Spencer Davis ran over and embraced Vivian Davis. Vivian, William Hayes doesn't want you anymore, but I do. It doesn't matter if the child isn't mine, I can raise him with you. Vivian Davis lifted her head, The words "doesn't want you anymore" seemed to hit her breaking point, and her bewildered expression instantly twisted into a terrifying snarl. "It's all your fault. All your fault." She lunged at him like a madwoman, reaching out her hands as if to strangle him. Fortunately, the police intervened, preventing her from taking drastic action. Mr. Davis and Mrs. Davis stepped forward, shouting angrily, "Vivian, have you lost your mind? No matter how bad Spencer Davis is, he's still a Davis. Giving up on marrying him means offending both the Davis family and the Bai family at the same time. Do you want to destroy your career of all these years?" Vivian Davis broke free from them, roaring, "Yes. I don't want it anymore. From now on, I disavow everything from both the Davis family and the Bai family. Give me back William Hayes, or else I'll make both families pay the price." She hated the Davis family and the Bai family, and she hated herself even more. So she would destroy both families and herself. Ever since William Hayes disappeared, Vivian Davis withdrew from the alliance with the Bai family, and simultaneously made public the commercial crime evidence of the Davis family and the Bai family over the years. Soon, under the double sanctions of public opinion and the law, the Davis family and Bai family companies' stock prices plummeted, and they all declared bankruptcy. Mr. Davis and Mrs. Davis had already ended their lives due to overwhelming debt. Ultimately, the Davis family's mess fell into Vivian Davis' hands, but by then, Vivian Davis had lost all fighting spirit, helpless in the face of the company's predicament, just as she was about to follow in her parents' footsteps and end her life by jumping from a building. A turning point suddenly appeared. A listed group located far away in the capital announced its intention to acquire them. They planned to acquire all of the Davis family's assets, including Vivian Davis herself, for $30 million. And it was rumored that the hidden boss of this group was the sterling elite, the heir to a powerful dynasty, who had recently returned, discreet yet capable. Vivian Davis was also surprised. She had no connections in the sterling elite, let alone knowing such a prominent figure. Why would they be interested in her, a struggling regional company? Did they want money or land? She had none. Did they want her? Any secretary beside the sterling elite, the heir to a powerful dynasty, could outshine her. But facing such a windfall, and with no leverage left, she had no reason to refuse. At the signing, they traveled a great distance to Vivian Davis' company. A person claiming to be the group's legal counsel handed her a contract. "Miss Davis, our CEO stated that as long as you sign this agreement, $30 million can be immediately transferred to your company's account, and we can also retain your management rights." Vivian Davis paused. "What value does your group see in our company to offer such generous terms?" She didn't know that, just beyond the door, a man in a sharp suit, tall and stern, stood gazing at her. I silently watched Vivian Davis. I noticed that in just 3 months, she had lost her former confidence and elegance, looking listless and dispirited, as if she had aged 7 or 8 years. Only when Vivian Davis clearly read the contract did an expression of shock appear on her face. "The agreement states that I must relinquish custody of the child, fully entrusting it to Mr. William Hayes. You are William Hayes' person. Tell him to come see me. Otherwise, I won't sign, even if it means bankruptcy." The usually calm and polite Vivian Davis suddenly became irritable, trembling with agitation, her voice hoarse with emotion. This surprised me somewhat. After I gave the lawyer a look, he stood up and opened the door. At that moment, Vivian Davis saw me and her eyes instantly welled up with tears. "William Hayes, I was wrong. Will you let me explain?" I looked at her indifferently. "No need to explain. The police have already told me the whole truth. And I've also found out about you and Spencer Davis through my own connections. I'm only here for one thing, the child. I want my child back. After this, let's live our lives separately and never see each other again." After returning to the capital with top-tier medical care, my body quickly recovered, and I took over the family business. Thus, I earned the title of the sterling elite, the heir to a powerful dynasty. "Don't worry, I won't covet your status or money. I don't want these $30 million, and I can give you custody of the child too." Vivian Davis excitedly moved closer to me. My bodyguards, who were about to intervene, were waved away by me. She clung to my arm, her eyes brimming with tears. "I know I'm not worthy of a prominent family of your standing, but I beg you, please don't abandon me. Even if it means being a servant by your side, or a pet that can only offer emotional comfort, I'm willing." I slowly pulled my hand away from hers. "You're not worthy. Vivian Davis pursed her lips, her face devoid of color. Are you still angry about taking the stab wounds that day? I apologized to you. I merely offered a wry smile. I don't regret taking 3 stabs for you. If it weren't for that incident, I might never have been able to make up my mind to leave you. In a way, Vivian Davis, you set me free. Thank you. At that moment, Vivian Davis' tears streamed down her face. She took 2 steps back, took a deep breath, as if she had already understood that there was no possibility of us ever reconciling. She choked out, I used to be so stubborn and self-centered, so much so that I looked down on everyone and thought you would never leave me. William Hayes. No. Mr. Hayes. Those 5 years I spent with you were the only time I truly felt alive. If I could, I would trade the rest of my life for these few minutes with you now. No matter how much you hate me, please remember that I love you. This was spoken with heartfelt sincerity, like her final testament. I said nothing, merely letting my Laura handle everything before turning away, never to look at Vivian Davis again. 6 months later, Vivian Davis died in the hospital from complications during childbirth. She left me with a 6-pound girl. I resigned from all my positions, and brought my daughter to Willow Creek Valley teaching in a remote, underserved school. Becoming an ordinary rural school teacher, I told my students, both boys and girls, that once they step into society, they must first learn to love themselves before loving others. One day after school, my daughter, who was waiting by the classroom door, suddenly smiled at me. Dad, I love you. I smiled back, I love you too.